Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. I'm your host, Shiraz. Welcome to Duality 7X. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. I wanted to actually do a little bonus episode for you guys today. So it's just kind of like a little mini recap of some of the highlighted stories of the week. Obviously, there's a lot that happened in the world of sports entertainment, especially when it comes to mixed martial arts, the UFC, boxing, WWE. Unfortunately, I can't get through a whole recap. I mean, it would take me some time. I guess I could probably do that maybe in the near future. But for now, I just kind of highlighted just a few small stories and just wanted to kind of share them with you. Again, it's just a bonus episode. It's not like I'm going to be doing this every day, at least not for now, and maybe in the near future if there's definitely some interest, I can probably do more than one video a day. I could probably start doing 2 videos a day, at least. Again, it all comes down to demand and whether you guys want it or not. So, again, I'm your host. Welcome to Duality 7X. I want to kind of get through this. So let's start with the first story, guys. And if this is your first time here, please smash a like and subscribe. Hit the bell notification so you guys don't miss a beat. We're continuously trying to pump out all the latest and greatest stories when it comes to the world of mixed martial arts, the UFC, boxing, WWE, and anything of relevance. So we'll get to our first story. And you guys heard me earlier in the week talk about the latest news that kind of came out from Jake Paul's camp about how Jake Paul is now going to be taking on Gervonta Tank Davis. This is huge, guys. This is huge on a lot of fronts because there's been a lot of discussions about Jake Paul actually taking on the likes of Anthony Joshua, and obviously Anthony Joshua, former 2-time unified heavyweight champion of the world. That's kind of the fight that I was kind of hoping to see, right? Because I mean, we've seen Jake Paul take on Tommy Fury. We've seen Jake Paul take on a lot of unbelievable, talented fighters, past, present, and it would be good. I was actually really excited to see this fight now, and I thought, okay, fine. If the Anthony Joshua fight doesn't work, maybe it'll be Deontay Wilder, maybe Chisora. I mean, who knows? Why not? Let's just bring on the new world heavyweight champion or defending heavyweight champion. Let's bring on Usyk, but maybe I'm dreaming, or maybe I'm not. We'll see. Well, anyways, we all know Jake Paul's story. What an incredible run. I mean, former YouTuber and, entrepreneur. This guy's a very enterprising young fighter. When I say enterprising, he's enterprising. He's not just getting in there, lacing up the gloves and wanting to, knock people down, even though that sounds like a lot of fun. I mean, he's a businessman as well, too. And him, Logan Paul, their team, they're doing incredible things, in the field of business. So kudos to those guys. So Jake Paul now is, and I'm not going to say now, I mean, lately he's been really turning he's been getting a lot of notice. What's the word that I'm looking for? He's been getting a lot of attention. I mean, come on, that wasn't that hard, right? He's been getting a lot of attention. Not just with his social media posts or the news related to him, but because of his abilities in the ring. And now people are starting to look at him in a different light, I think. And so this is going to be really interesting because he is now, okay, the Anthony Joshua fight's not happening. Now he's going to be taking on the undefeated WBA lightweight champion. So this is not just some random pick from, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's just pick this up and coming fighter. No, this guy is the real deal. And there's a reason why they call him the Tank, because he literally bulldozes through all his opponents. And this fight is going to take place. It's going to take place in Atlanta. It's going to be on November 14th, on Friday, November 14th, I believe. I'm going to have to double check that. And it's going to be streaming on Netflix. It's going to be an exhibition fight. And there's a lot of buzz, obviously, because, again, he's going to be taking on a very talented, professional seasoned fighter. And look, these guys, both Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis, they come from two different worlds altogether. These guys are the real deal, guys. And Jake Paul fights over 200 pounds. Gervonta fights at around 135-ish pound mark. So there is going to be a little bit of a difference, definitely, in weight class. But don't be fooled, guys. Gervonta Davis has been known to spar with guys a lot heavier and bigger than him. So I mean, yeah, he's a champion for a reason, and I think he's quite excited about the challenge that's coming his way. But believe me, guys, Jake Paul is just as excited for this challenge, and the fact that there's going to be this massive weight gap, I guess, discrepancy between the two fighters, it just kind of makes the showdown a lot more wilder, and that's kind of what I'm excited about, right? So there is a chance, okay, that Davis might risk losing his WBA lightweight title for choosing this exhibition over a mandatory rematch against Lamont Roach. So I don't know how all that works, but I'm kind of watching and keeping up to date with that kind of stuff. So as soon as I hear anything, believe me, I'll be happy to share that information with you guys as well too. Now, we're talking about AJ. I mentioned that he's a former two-time unified heavyweight champion. That's big time, guys. I mean, unified as in unifying all the belts, and a two-time. So he's no stranger to the spotlight, right? I mean, he's got a record of like 28 wins. He's got 4 losses, including 25 by way of knockout. So he's a force in the boxing world. And again, two different worlds, but that's a possibility that could happen. And after some unfortunate recent setbacks, including a knockout loss to Daniel Dubois back in 2024, Joshua's looking for his next big challenge. So it's most likely not going to be Jake Paul before at least this fight. But, Jake Paul also tweeted that first he's going to take out David, and then he's going for Goliath. So a lot of people are speculating that David could be Gervonta Davis, and Goliath could very well be AJ, Anthony Joshua. That would be a really, really amazing fight to watch. If it happens the way we're thinking, then we've got some exciting months ahead, guys, definitely. So Jake Paul, he's got a 12-1 professional record with 7 knockouts. His recent victories over Mike Tyson, yes, Iron Mike Tyson, and Julio César Chávez Jr. Have turned heads. Despite criticism, Paul has proven that he can hang with these seasoned fighters. All right, and so Francis Ngannou was actually recently speaking in an interview, and look, here's a kicker, man. This guy's Francis has crossed over to the world of boxing as well too, right? So and this guy, he's a former UFC heavyweight champion of the world. So when he speaks, people take notice, they listen, all right? And he actually is saying that there's some serious discussions happening between Jake Paul's camp and Anthony Joshua's camp, like with Eddie Hearns and Nikki Sabedarian, about the potential of Joshua and Paul. And according to Francis, he thinks that this is actually going to happen. So, it seems crazy, but what's crazy these days? Define crazy. Define crazy. Everything is crazy, right? But this is what we want. Back in the day, we would only dream of these fights, like, Hagler versus Hearns, or Hagler versus Leonard, or George Foreman versus Michael Moore. Like, these were just... Nah, it can't happen. And unfortunately, back then, things took a long time to get done. There was paperwork upon paperwork upon paperwork and filing, with the state athletic commissions. And then you got all the promoters involved. And now things are being done. I'm not going to say in a New York minute, but things are being done relatively quicker and faster. Why? Because the people, when they want something, the marketing blitzes and promotional people in the universe are listening, and they make sure that these things happen. And so anyhow, Francis thinks that this fight is going to happen, okay, And so, I mean, the buzz is definitely real. And you heard Eddie Hearns as well, you know, who's the promotional manager for Anthony Joshua, and you know he's also talking about how there's a very real possibility, about a 50-50 chance of this happening. You know, both Nakisa and him have been involved in some discussions. We know that's a fact, and they're recognizing that there's a massive crossover appeal that this fight would bring. So I think, I mean, from both of these fighters wanting to fight, bring the gloves into the ring and do the dance, I think that's great. But I think the marketing and the promotions behind this, I think those are all green flags that are going up everywhere, because people see how real this could be and how exciting it could be to have this crossover and bringing all these different worlds together. It's like kind of like the DC universe and the Marvel Cinematic Universe coming together and doing films with your favorites, you know, favorite superheroes crossing over together. That would be a great idea, wouldn't it? James Gunn and the Russo brothers together talking about the possibility of making this happen. Well, guys, that's definitely not crazy talk. That's also happening. Check out Duality 9X. Watch one of my videos. I was talking about that. But kind of going back to this story here, it's definitely becoming one of the most talked about boxing events potentially happening of the year. And actually, it's not even potential, guys. The Anthony Joshua is a potential. But the actual fight between Paul and Davis, that's going down, guys, November 14th. It's definitely happening. And so, I mean, will Paul prove his hype? I see, this is what I don't understand. Why does Jake Paul always have to continue to prove himself? I don't get it. Why? Why does he have to do that? He's proven himself. How many times do you want him to continue to prove himself? And everyone says, oh, well, you know, put in another fighter. No, I mean, Jake Paul fights another fighter, just some average kind of B-class fighter or whatever. Nobody wants to see that. Do you want to see that? Do you really, really want to see that? Are you going to pay $60, guys, to watch Jake Paul fight some guy who's nobody's ever heard of? No, you don't. You want to see Jake Paul fight guys like Mike Tyson. I mean, it would be nice if Tyson was a little younger, but I mean, Tyson at the age of 60, believe me, is a lot faster, quicker, and stronger than most people around, okay? And yeah, Jake Paul had to eat some of his punches, and he did. He proved himself. All right, he fought Anderson Silva. I mean, guys, like, I don't know, what else do you want? You want him to fight Manny Pacquiao next? Floyd Mayweather? I think Logan Paul already fought Money Mayweather. I mean, what do you guys want to see? You know? Anyways, I mean, this is going to be a big event, whether you want to be a part of it or not. It's going to happen, right? So now the question comes down to, is Tank going to be ready? Will Gervonta Davis have enough in the tank, no pun intended, skills to be able to swipe this show? I mean, either way, November 14th is going down, guys. It's going to be on Netflix. It's going to be streaming. Don't miss it. On to story number 2, and I want to talk about Julio César Chávez Jr. because we're just talking about how he fought Jake Paul. His last fight was against Jake Paul. And actually, yeah, in the beginning, Jake Paul was just kind of owning Julio César Chávez Jr. And then he started to pick it up in the latter part of the rounds when it was a little too late. But Julio César Chávez Jr. can still fight, guys. And he's like, listen, he's a former WBC middleweight champion of the world, right? Now, the reason I'm talking about him is not because of his fight against Jake Paul, actually. It's about some unfortunate news. But he's been recently deported from the U.S. to Mexico, and he's facing some very, very serious charges. Now, I'll just kind of dive a little quickly into what we know, but there's been a dramatic turn of events. And so, you know, Chavez Jr., he's a son of the legendary boxer Julio César Chávez, who everyone's familiar with. And if you're not familiar, then go Google it, guys. But he was arrested. Chavez Jr. was arrested recently on U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE. Back in July, earlier here in July 2025, just a month ago, and just days, guys, after his high-profile loss to Jake Paul in California. People were seeing him kind of on his, like, electric scooter and stuff like that. Shortly after that, he was arrested. The arrest was due to an overstaying on his visa and providing false information on a green card application. So, Homeland Security doesn't play. They don't. They take those things pretty seriously. And yeah, so the plot apparently thickens because Mexican authorities actually had an active arrest warrant for Chavez Jr. And this is dating back all the way to 2023, apparently accusing him of involvement with the Sinaloa cartel, arms trafficking and organized crime. Now, these charges obviously stem from like a 4-year investigation, from what we're hearing, and that involves like high-profile figures, like the son of El Chapo, and some other folks, in the cartel and in organized crime scene. So, the plot's starting to kind of thicken a little bit. It's taking some different paths, and after his deportation, which happened on the 19th of August, just recently, Chavez Jr. was transferred to a federal facility in Mexico, and his legal team has pretty much denied all allegations, labeling them as speculation and urban legends. Now, a judge has allowed 3 more months of investigation, and Chavez Jr. could ultimately face a prison sentence of anywhere from 4 to 8 years if convicted. So, yeah, that's it's unfortunate. This man is an absolute beast in the ring. He's such a phenomenal talent. His dad, I mean, the legacy that these guys bring into the sport of boxing, his family. But from what we know, the case is far from over, and the boxing world is watching pretty closely. And will Chavez Jr. clear his name, or is this the end of his career? So drop your thoughts and comments below. But I have a couple more stories before we do the quick wrap up for the recap. And I kind of alluded to this. Paramount is in advanced talks nearing a deal with Zuffa Boxing. Paramount is reportedly close to securing a deal with Zuffa. And this is going to be incredible, guys, because the new boxing promotion led by UFC president Dana White and Saudi official Turkey Al-Sheikh, this is huge, guys. Now, Turkey's just incredible. He does so much, for the communities and for charities, and he's got such a passion for sports, such a passion, especially when it comes to, things like the mixed martial arts scene and boxing, and, the man is everywhere. And he's pretty much at all the major pay-per-views, and it's really exciting to see him and kind of what he's done and what he's building. And then you also have the likes of Dana White on the other hand, and for both of these guys kind of coming together, wow, there's big things ahead, guys. And so everyone knows that Paramount recently agreed to a $7.7 billion agreement to broadcast UFC events starting in 2026. And Zuffa Boxing, backed by TKO Group Holdings and Saudi's Public Investment Fund, is set to launch early in 2026. So with this first major event featuring Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Crawford, sorry for butchering the name, that's going to happen on September 13th, guys, right around the corner. And it's airing on Netflix. And Paramount is considered the front runner for Zuffa Boxing's media rights, aiming to expand its sport offerings alongside the UFC, or its UFC content. This is huge. Now, for a lot of us that watch sports, this is just news. It's probably not going to affect you too much. But that said, it is going to clean up things in terms of how these fights are being packaged and promoted and marketed to the final, as a final product to folks like us that watch it. But there's some big players involved. You got Paramount, you've got Dana White, you got Turkey, Al-Sheikh, you got the Saudi Public Investment Fund, you got TKO Holdings Group. I mean, these are all serious big players, guys. And when they're coming together, there's no end to their money line, and there's no end to the amount of talent that they have working for both their entities. So I'm excited to see where this goes. And you know, that fight between Canelo and Crawford, wow, I mean, guys, this is going to be crazy. I'm actually going to do a video on this. I'm surprised I haven't even had a chance to really talk about it, but I'm definitely gonna have to do something here and kind of put something out here, probably sometime this week. But that said, or next week. That said, big things are coming in that. So I'll be happy to share more information as more information becomes relevant. And then, of course, we just had UFC Shanghai Fight Night that happened this weekend. And, you know, for most of us, we were sleeping away. But for some of us, we were up watching it. And believe me, guys, it did not disappoint. Wow, what amazing coffee. So, what happened? Well, I'm not going to go through the entire card because I already have a video where I talk about my recap. But I'm just going to give you some of the highlights. So we had Johnny Walker, who a lot of people have written off as kind of like a has-been journeyman. He delivered an absolutely stunning upset by defeating Zhang Mingyang via second round TKO. And guys, like, he brought some really sickening leg kicks that pretty much stole the show. Now, despite he was definitely an underdog, he was a heavy underdog. He definitely showcased some resilience and strategic striking, particularly targeting Mingyang's leg, as I kind of alluded to, with some effective calf kicks. Now, here's the deal, guys. In the beginning, in the round one, it was all Mingyang. He was just like, it was just textbook style, MMA style fighting, and he was just taking apart Walker. A lot of people, including myself, did not know how much time was gonna, like, I mean, we didn't really feel that Walker was gonna come back. It didn't look like he was gonna come back. I didn't think he was gonna get taken out like in round two. I thought maybe he'll probably get taken out maybe round 3-ish, somewhere in the latter rounds possibly. But Walker turned it around, like literally flipping the switch, the switch from on and off. He was off in round one, and then he turned it on in round two, and that's where the magic started to happen, guys. And it was absolutely incredible. I mean, the victory ended Zhang's impressive 12-fight winning streak. And it shocked everybody in the audience, guys. I mean, this was happening in Shanghai. I mean, he was the odds-on favorite. This was like a homecoming dream for him, and but it turned out to be an absolute nightmare for Zhang. And most of his fights, that 12-round streak were all like in the first round. So a lot of people were like, "Oh, this is it. It's done." I mean, the way he was taking apart Walker in the first round. Yeah. This is like typical Zhang style, and guess what? Walker turned it around, guys, and kudos to him. Fans on social media are abuzz. They're going absolutely crazy, and they're labeling Walker as the most unpredictable UFC fighter of all time, and obviously because of his unpredictable performances, like the one that we were just witness to. So, following the win, Walker actually called out, and this I think was a genius move by him, but he called out number 5 ranked Jan Blachowicz. It's obviously signaling his intent to climb the light heavyweight ranking. So I think this was a brilliant move from Walker, because I mean it really puts his career to a whole different level now. He's definitely now going to be one of the most talked about fighters. And to call out the likes of Jan Blachowicz, who's like a monster in the ring, and he's ranked right now number 5. This is great. This gives Walker that path forward all the way to greatness. And, this is, I think, what everyone wants to see. And then you had Charles Johnson, who delivered also a beautiful, stunning second round knockout against a previously undefeated flyweight prospector, Loner Kavanagh. Now, it's same thing. Like, despite being kind of dominated early in the fight, Johnson kind of capitalized on a very, very rare opening in the second round. He landed a powerful right hook that left Kavanagh literally unconscious, guys. And it was stunning. It was unbelievable. I mean, the highlight reels are showing it. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. I can't show it, unfortunately, due to copyright reasons, for obvious reasons, copyright related. But it was a beautiful right hook, and it took him out. And this victory now is being dubbed as a comeback KO, which not only left Kavanagh's 9-0 record tarnished, but also solidified Johnson's reputation as a formidable opponent for rising stars. And this is important because fans and fighters alike, right, lauded Johnson's resilience, with many praising his ability to overcome adversity and deliver under pressure like the way he did, against Kavanagh. It was absolutely incredible, guys. This victory marked Johnson's 5th in his last 6 bouts, reaffirming his status as a seasoned veteran, coupled with top-tier performances, and that's exactly what he did. And, it was beautiful at the end because he was in the middle of the ring, and he started speaking in Chinese, addressing the crowd, and that was a really, really nice touch. I mean, seeing that they're in Shanghai, I'm sure won him over a lot with the folks that were there. And then, of course, guys, I got one more here. We've got Aljamain Sterling defeated Brian Ortega. Actually, I got a couple more here. Sterling defeated Ortega. It was, it's over 5 rounds, and he won by unanimous decision, with 50-45 scores pretty much across the board. Now, Ortega did, he obviously, cut weight, and apparently there's been a lot of stories about how he may have been hospitalized just because he cut weight, and people are thinking he cut weight a little too fast, and he did not look good, guys. He looked actually really unhealthy. He looked quite sick, actually, and honestly, like, I don't know, Sterling showcased some superior striking capabilities, like in the ring. He landed some effective leg kicks, jabs, and Ortega struggled with output and pace. And honestly, in the 4th round, Sterling suffered a significant elbow injury, but managed to maintain control and secure the victory, which is amazing. Right now, the fight's slow pace, one-sided nature led fans to express a lot of disappointment. People were feeling somewhat bored, not 100% satisfied. Many suggested that this should have been kind of like a 3-round bout instead. But following the win, Sterling called for a title shot against, guess who? Alexander Volkanovski, the featherweight champion of the world. Now, Volkanovski is he's the full meal deal and the dessert. This guy is a monster, and for Sterling to call him out like that, I'm interested. I want to see where this goes. Pretty crazy stuff, guys. And then you got Dawkins. He made a spectacular return to UFC Shanghai Fight Night, knocking out Michel Pereira in like literally 43 seconds during the preliminary card. So a lot of good prelims, actually. A lot of people, what surprises me is a lot of people, when they have the prelim, right? They got the prelims, and then they got the main card. A lot of people sometimes, I find, kind of oversee the prelims a little bit. This is my time to go, get everything in order, get my snacks, do some household chores or whatever, and then I'll watch the main card. If they could throw everything on the main card, they would. They can't. There's some exciting fights in the prelims, so you guys don't want to miss this stuff. I mean, you guys definitely want to take advantage of it, because there's some really, especially for UFC Shanghai Fight Night, there was some really good prelims, guys. Actually, you know what? All the fights are absolutely incredible. I'm surprised that this is not getting as much buzz as it should be. But that said, Dawkins, despite being a late replacement, Dawkins pretty much capitalized on an early opening as well, too, right? He landed a powerful right hand that floored Pereira. And I'm surprised because I didn't really expect Pereira to lose this fight. But he swiftly followed up with the ground and pound, and pretty much the referee had to come in and put a halt to the bout. And this was Dawkins' fifth consecutive win, and it earned him that amazing $50,000 cash performance bonus. And so a lot of people, a lot of fans, a lot of fighters alike were actually astounded by the quick finish, and many praising Dawkins actually for seizing the opportunity and delivering such a memorable knockout. Now, honestly, I think it was superb. It was unbelievable. Those are the kind of things that make me so excited about the sport itself, because of that explosive, quick action. You just never know what's going to happen, right? And the fact that it happened, so early, I was actually kind of amazed, because I don't know what's going on with Pereira, honestly. I thought this would be his match. He had a lot of time to train for this and stuff like that, but look, one wrong move and that's it. You find yourself on the floor, waking up, just kind of like shaking the cobwebs and wondering what just happened. So, at UFC Shanghai, what an amazing fight, guys. August 23rd, it was great. I talked about Johnny Walker delivering that stunning upset, defeating Zhang Mingyang, via second round TKO. Despite a challenging first round where he was completely dominated by Zhang, but Walker capitalized on a series of calf kicks and left Zhang limping and unable to recover. And he just swiftly followed up with a barrage of punches and elbows and everything but the kitchen sink, pretty much prompting the referee to stop the fight at 2:37 of round 2. So it was great. It was really, really good. And, obviously, with his intent now of wanting to climb the fight, climb the ladder, or the light heavyweight rankings ladder, I was actually really impressed that he was able to call out such a talented name like Jan Blachowicz. So I'm really excited to see kind of what happens there. And then my last story for you guys is we're going to kind of switch gears here a little bit, and we're going to talk about Bigg Boss. What's Bigg Boss? Well, that's the equivalent of Big Brother in India, but it's Bigg Boss. And this is Bigg Boss 19, hosted by the world-famous Bollywood actor and legend himself, Salman King Khan. I guess, can you call him king? Or is it Shah Rukh Khan that's a king? All these guys are kings, guys. But Salman Khan, amazing Bollywood actor. He hosts Bigg Boss 19, and the reason why this is of significance is because we have the likes of the former WWE champion and legend, The Undertaker. All right, The Undertaker, guys, and possibly the legendary boxing icon himself, Iron Mike Tyson, are reportedly, get this, guys, in talks with the team of Bigg Boss to potentially appear on the Indian reality show at some point, possibly and rumored to join as a wild card, or to join as wild card contestants for 1 week stint. Now, I'm not sure how, like, when exactly this is going to happen, but I mean, Tyson is already being considered for like special guest appearance, lasting around 7 to 10 days. Both are expected to enter the house later in the season, possibly around November. So this is going to be really, really interesting. And the season of Bigg Boss introduces a political theme titled Garwalo Ki Sarkar, where contestants are divided into ruling and opposition factions. The inclusion of international sports figures such as the likes of The Undertaker and a legendary boxer himself, Mike Tyson, will pretty much aim to elevate the show's global appeal and pretty much bring fresh excitement to fans all around the world with this new format. I've watched Bigg Boss on plenty of times. And you have a lot of, basically it's like Big Brother, but it's like pretty much all like celebrities or up and coming future superstars within the Bollywood industry, television, movie, even athletes, and to have the likes of the Undertaker and Mike Tyson. And I guess one of the things that I'm kind of curious about is, are they going to come in potentially at the same time, or are they going to come in on separate, on separate timings? I don't know. This is just going to be crazy. So, if confirmed, the participation would mark a significant crossover between international, sports entertainment and Indian reality television, potentially attracting a wider audience and generating increased viewership and buzz. Because who doesn't like a crossover between sports entertainment and the entertainment industry? So those are the stories I have for you guys. I hope you guys like it. I'm actually going to do a segment on this whole on all this news about the Undertaker and Mike Tyson, potentially landing as wild card contestants in the Indian reality series Bigg Boss season 19, hosted by Salman Khan. So I'll talk a little bit more about this, but for now, that's all I have, guys. I want to thank you guys. I hope you guys stuck to the end. If you did, please smash the like and subscribe. We're at 24 subscribers, guys. The big 24. I'm just a drop in the bucket when it comes to all the big guys who are in the tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of subscribers. I'm just at 24 right now, guys. I'm trying to get to 50, because once I get to 50, the significance of that is that I'll actually be able to do a lot more in terms of being able to live stream, like fights with you guys, and we can do some more interaction and stuff like that. So that's kind of what I'm excited about. So help me get to 50, guys. Please smash the like and subscribe. Hit the bell notification so you don't miss a beat. Thank you so much for sticking around, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.